since we just talked about, we have people from all over the planet in this group with us. So we have some really exciting stuff to talk about today, and it was so much to talk about that we decided it just required a whole live stream because there's so much amazing information to share. So we want to talk about our retreat that we have coming up in August. And the retreat is called You Can Have It All. And that's really our true belief, is that we can truly have it all. We can create the reality that we want to live in. And now more than ever before, we can do that, and we can do that quickly. And you guys may have noticed that the energy really shifted just even in this last 2 weeks with the summer solstice opening up basically a whole new timeline potential, where it feels like things are being instantly created. And with the powerful work that we're going to do in this retreat, you can create things that you probably can't even conceive of right now. That's how big this is going to be. And we also, it is a tall order, right? But it's tall order. But we've done it. Like, this is the work we've been, a lot of this work we've been doing for our own self. And the transformation is nothing short of miraculous, really. And we also want to make sure that we mention that the early registration discount is only good for a few more days through the weekend, I think. So you can save $500 if you sign up before then. You can sign up with a deposit of $850, and then there's 5 monthly payments that the rest of the balance is spread out in. So we made it as easy as possible, as affordable as possible for people to sign up. So the early registration, the investment, if you're in a double occupancy, if you're going to share a room, $2,500, and if you are wanting your own room, it's $2,800, and that price goes up by $500 on Monday. And the increase will be on the payments, so the deposit will stay the same of $850.
That's right, and we know there's quite a few of you that have reached out. We know you want to come. We want to see you have this discount.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get in here before, there's still a couple days left to just remind you guys that that's just about to end. So, but we only want to share details about the retreat. So we decided that today we were going to really break it down for you, like day 1 through day 4, like what exactly you can expect, what you can look forward to, all of it, from the deep healing work to the fun also, because, we think of the word retreat. It's a retreat. Like, it's supposed to have like these different aspects to it. You need to have the fun. You get to have, the beautiful connections that are made in a group that comes together at a retreat. But when Alicia and I do something, it's really the really deep healing work. So you can't escape that here. It's going to happen. But we'll definitely, have some fun and some, relaxing components to this as well at this retreat. So let's just take you through.
Yeah, let's dive in. Let's break it down.
Day 1.
All right.
So day 1, you have time to arrive on day 1, really. So we don't get going until, the afternoon. We'll probably start around 4. For those of you that are in the inner circle, which that's already filled up, so that's done. We have our 7 for this inner circle VIP event. That's going to start at 3. Just putting that out there for those of you who might be part of that are listening, and they go 4 o'clock. No, it's 3 o'clock for you guys. So, but for everyone else, our goal is to start at 4 o'clock, and it will end at 8 p.m. And there's going to be a break for dinner in there. But that very first day, really, we're just going to spend time meeting and connecting with each of you. We look so forward to being able to connect in the physical, not just this online forum that we're always on, or, in our client sessions that we may have with you, so very exciting for us. So we're going to spend a little bit of time doing that. And then we will dive in with some healing work. We'll create our sacred circle, where we are really grounding everyone, really connecting, really getting into the heart space, calling in everyone's guides, masters, teachers that are really here to support this whole retreat. That's very important. We'll be doing that every day that we gather. And also we'll be connecting each other's hearts, that, really taking a little bit of time to make that heart-to-heart connection with everybody in the group, because that will really amplify the healing that happens in this retreat.
Yeah, there's going to be some beautiful connections that are made in this, at this retreat, and it's really, this is the kind of connection that's a soul level connection. So I'm beyond excited and thrilled with the people, knowing that we get to meet the people that have already signed up. That just makes me so happy and joyful to think about that. I can't wait. And then the people that are out there that will be signing up. So it's going to be just an incredible connection. So after we've really created that sacred space, and really this whole retreat is very, very, very sacred. The energy here is sacred. The space that we're going to be in is sacred. So that's, it's just going to be a whole lot of sacredness going on. So the first night, we're actually going to be not only getting to spend some time getting to know everyone and meeting everyone in person, but we're actually going to start our time together with two really, really, really powerful attunements. One of these is to activate your own personal vortex of creation. Now, this is something that I have been doing with some of my private clients, and something that I've done for myself. And it basically creates a space that you have complete control over. This is a tool that you will use, that you will work with during the retreat and beyond the retreat. You'll really learn how to use this tool throughout the retreat, because we're going to be actively using it. And it's something that once it's created and activated within you, you have the capability of activating that for anything that you want to do. Anything that you're co-creating in your life, any situation where you just need that extra powerful energy and everything. So what exists in this vortex of creation, basically, it's your own personal vortex of creation, and the infinite potential that's available to you is everything is within this vortex. So it makes manifesting super, well, I wouldn't even call it manifesting, it's creating or co-creating. It makes it super fast. It brings in whatever frequency or energy that you're needing in that moment. Confidence, love, support. So one of my private clients that I did this with, and we created this for her, she had some pretty amazing speaking engagement opportunities. And before she went on stage, she actually, went into her vortex of creation and had an absolutely incredible time. So that's just one example of something that it's been used for. It's been used for co-creating, desires, bringing, changing relationships, bringing in new relationships. The possibilities really are endless with this. And so we're doing this the first night so that we can use this throughout the entire weekend to really create everything that we're going to be doing throughout the entire weekend. And then you get, this is a tool that's yours for the rest of your life. So you'll go away from the retreat actually really understanding how to use this. And that alone, that process alone, honestly, is worth the entire investment for this retreat because it's that powerful. So the second process that we're going to do is we're going to be calling forward your personal guides that are in the highest and best good to assist you with everything that's going to happen during the retreat. We've, been working with the guides that we're working with specifically for this retreat, and there's a lot of them because there's going to be so much that's going to happen. So we're going to be connecting you with those guides that are there for you for the retreat, for the process of the retreat. So those are two of the main things that we're going to be doing that first evening.
Yeah, I mean, what good would it do well, there would still be good, but what good would it do to bring you guys to a retreat that you can have it all without giving you a tool like this, that just powers up your ability to work beyond the retreat as well. You get, like Alicia said, you get to take it home. You get to use this. You get to practice it. You're going to be a master of it when you leave the retreat. So we are, preparing you for not just what all is going to happen in the retreat, but we want to be able to really empower you to continue your journey on your own with these amazing tools. So the other thing that we're going to be doing on that first day still is we're going to take a little bit of time and clear any blocks that might be in the way of you fully receiving or fully connecting to your guides, to source, and to each other in our time together. So, and then we also want to take you guys on a sacred journey to create a deep and special heart connection with our group. So we talked about that a little bit with the sacred circle, but we're going to actually do a little bit of work even beyond that. And that will allow each of you to really step forward with your own special guides with you and connect as a group, heart to heart again, and guide to guide too. So there's a big, huge support network.
I can't wait. Okay, so day 2 is, so each day, the following 3 days are going to have their very own topic. So day 2 is going to be all about wealth, abundance, money. And we'll begin our day at 9 o'clock with a beautiful breakfast together in a beautiful space. So, all of your, the lodging and all of your food, everything except for dinner on one night, we'll talk about that, is included in the investment for this retreat. And the food, yeah, which makes it a phenomenal deal.
Yeah.
And we're going to do another live stream specifically about the retreat location because it's a very, very special place. But we'll all meet together in the dining area, and it's a gorgeous area, and the food is amazing at this place. They take everybody's, they design the menu specifically for our group based on a questionnaire that everyone will get to fill out about their preferences and dietary needs. And it's all, locally sourced. A lot of it's organic. It's just very, very beautiful food, just the food itself. So after breakfast, we'll create our sacred circle again. We're going to be starting every day that way. And then in the morning before lunch, we're going to be guiding you through basically releasing your old money stories, your traumas around money and finances. Everyone carries trauma around money and finances, whether we've experienced that trauma or we've inherited it in our DNA, or we, picked it up in childhood in our family situation or in the society around us. So that's a big part. It's a really important part of creating, wealth and abundance in our lives. So we're going to do this basically in the form of intention setting. There's going to be some journaling. Of course, we'll be doing belief work, and we're going to be guiding you through a process that will help you release the emotions, the traumas, the limited and outdated belief systems and stories that you're holding on to. So that's going to be part of the morning process that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, and then before we break for lunch that day, we will also be doing an attunement and a journey. They're gonna go together to create a blueprint in your cellular memory and teach you how to reactivate it quickly to alleviate your fears and your anxieties around your money, wealth for yourself. We tend to go into fear pretty easily, right? It's a very human story. So we're going to be taking on this journey to create this blueprint. Again, it's going to be in your cellular memory, which means you can recall it, reactivate it, at any given moment quickly and easily, so that when you feel those fears or you feel that anxiety kind of come up for you, you can reactivate that to bring you peace and really solidify your knowing, about what you are creating, what you're capable of creating, bringing that in solidly so that you can actually really stay in those high frequencies of financial abundance, which is going to help you create what you want. So, and then we're going to break for lunch. And again, more wonderful food, just like Alicia described. All the meals are going to be set up that way in a beautiful dining hall where we have that really healthy, organically, locally sourced foods, and according to the group's requests for dietary requests. So that happens every meal. That's all going to be that way. So then after lunch, we're going to come back And we're going to use that vortex of creation that was, created on day one. You're going to be working with this a lot, like Alicia was saying, so that you really understand it and have a good handle on, really using it. So we're going to come back from lunch. We're going to use that vortex of creation, and we will work with your newly created blueprint that we did just before lunch to really activate and co-create your infinite potential of abundance. We will also be downloading all of the energies of this meditation into the crystal that you brought for many. So, and we're suggesting ocean jasper for this. It's a really powerful crystal for wealth.
And I have a really excellent source for ocean jasper. It can be hard to find, and it's important to get the ocean jasper in every crystal, really, that has the correct frequencies. So I'm going to, those of you who are signed up, I'm going to be putting a link in the private Facebook group to share where you can look for those if you want to get them from that source. And it's an amazing resource. So I'll just go ahead and share that link for everybody in the comments when we're done here.
Awesome. I'm glad you remembered to say that.
Yeah, it's an amazing, ocean jasper is not a very common crystal, and it's the mine where most of it comes from has been closed, so it's getting harder and harder to find. And it's important. There's certain aspects and qualities of this stone that make it really powerful for manifesting and calling in energy, calling in whatever you want. And so it's important to get stones, to get ocean jasper with these particular qualities.
Here's mine. This is my special ocean jasper.
I love it.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
That just feel powerful. Look at that.
I know. I love that shape too.
Me too.
Oh, and then we're doing one other thing that day, and that's installing and activating your wealth beacon to really broadcast that energy of wealth and abundance out into the universe, and so that you can match that frequency and call it back into you.
Yay!
And then this evening, this is the one evening where dinner is not provided because we have a shuttle to the island. So this whole retreat is taking place on Bainbridge Island, where I live. It's right across the water from Seattle. You'll be taking, those of you who are flying in, which is most of you, will be taking the ferry across the water from downtown Seattle into Bainbridge. And the Bainbridge is it's like one of the #1 tourist destinations in Washington, because it's beautiful. It's super cute. There's tons of really cute shops and restaurants. And we didn't want to bring you guys here without allowing, for that experience, to experience the area. So we're providing a shuttle to basically the downtown area of Bainbridge for shopping and dinner. There's some really cute shops here and some really, really excellent restaurants. So you guys will be able to get to explore the island, and then we'll provide a shuttle back to the retreat center a few hours later.
Because again, you've also got to have some fun.
That's right. And hanging out with all your new best friends that you're connecting with.
That's right. And then let's just move right into day 3. So day 3, we'll start again with breakfast. Got to start that day. But day 3 is really, so Alicia mentioned that there's 3 different topics for the 3 different days. So that second day is the wealth, and this day, the third day, is like our favorite topic ever, which is relationships, love, right? So when it comes to relationships and love, there's a lot we're going to be doing on this day for you guys at this retreat. This day, even though we're doing a lot for all the subjects, this day probably has the most detail and the most focus to it. Now, if you think about like your digestion, we all have pretty much come to or heard the conclusion that digestion's the hub of your health wheel, right? You need to have good digestion for optimal health. So love, we really like to focus on love. We're really going to be spending that time on love, because love is like that hub of the wheel, like digestion for health, where everything else springs out of that from there for you, right? For us. So we really want to have that self-love going. We really want to have our love story really, cleaned up, and have those high frequencies of love really operating, predominantly in our life. So we're going to really be focusing on this to help you guys have this, this total big up leveling in this department when you leave this retreat. So again, we'll start with our sacred circle in the morning. And then we go kind of this workshop style where we're guiding you through releasing your old relationship stories and traumas and past relationships, disconnecting you from previous partners where you're still hooked or connected in, your tethers, threads, hooks, cords, attachments, even entities. And this might sound funny, but even IV hookups. Anywhere that you are literally like feeding your energy, right, into these old relationships that it's not serving you anymore, and it's draining your energy and creating blocks for you. So, and okay, we'll be focusing on self-love here, really, really important. And again, we're going to be spending some of this time in the form of goal intention setting, journaling, belief work, and guiding you through a process that will release emotions, traumas, and outdated beliefs. And then we'll break for lunch.
Yeah, and part of that goal and intention setting is just getting really, really intentional about what you actually want to create in your relationships. Yeah. Getting really clear and getting that down on paper.
Yeah, and we'll help you with that too, because we have some tips.
We do. We have a lot of tips. This is something that we have a lot of experience in doing this work. So.
It's very near and dear.
Yeah. Yes. Very near and dear. And so, it's really important to get all that old stuff, all those old attachments and contracts. And, like Kim said, even entities. We can have entities from our previous partners that are hooked into us and draining us. There's just so much there that can be taking up the space that we're wanting to fill with either a better, co-creating a better relationship with your current partner. And there's just too much energy there that's old, that's stagnant, that, is not allowing that, or creating a new, a new beautiful connection for yourself. So, and then getting really clear on what you actually do want that to look like. So after lunch, we're going to do a process for co-creating your divine sacred relationships. And this is going to be a really individualized process based on where you are currently with your relationships. So it's either going to be for you, it's either going to be calling in a beloved, calling that beloved into your life, or connecting with your current partner and really strengthening that bond and bringing in that love, that, turning up the volume on that love, or bringing in the way that you really want to feel with your partner. So we have a really powerful process that we're going to be guiding you guys through, and it's just a really, really beautiful process. We're going to teach you basically how to go from your heart and, connect with the energy of your partner, whether it's a beloved that you're calling in or it's your current beloved that you're already with. And we're going to connect basically heart to heart, and allowing that energy from your heart chakra to flow into their heart chakra. And this connection creates like this flow of energy that goes into an infinity symbol. And we're going to do this with the whole chakra system. And we're going to bring in feelings that go with each chakra. So, the heart chakra, really connecting heart to heart, really being able to, have that love, share that love, be safe to share your love, be safe to be vulnerable, be open to your partner, being vulnerable with non-judgment. And then the root chakra really is going to be about grounding in the love that you share, that safety, that security. The sacral chakra, really that whole intimacy picture with your partner, really opening that up and connecting that, clearing out any of the old energy that's there. The solar plexus is really going to bring in the energy of being in power together as a couple and being in your power individually, and allowing for that and being safe for that and what that feels like. And then the throat chakra, really being able to express yourself with love, being safe to express yourself. And if this work is being done for your current relationship, it's going to do work on clearing out any stuck energy that you are holding in your throat chakra from the relationship, whether it's things that you've been unable to express, or angry words that you may have spoken or may have been spoken to you. So that part is going to be a really healing part of this process. And then the third eye, really connecting and being able to understand each other and communicate at a higher level, to have that innate understanding of each other on a soul level. And then the crown chakra is really going to be all about creating divine unity and being able to live in a higher self-connection with your beloved, which changes everything when we can live our relationships from that space. And we'll also be doing some attunements, attuning you to the vibration of divine unconditional love. We're going to be amplifying the flame of love in your heart to allow you to draw more love into your reality, whatever your situation is, and, whoever you're connecting with, whether it's your partner, your beloved, whether it's your children, your friends, your family. And then really calling in and working with specific guides that will help you anywhere that you've guarded your heart, that are going to help open that up and uncover that so that we can live with an open heart. And then this will also really help line everyone up with their divine soul partners in all areas, in your business or your work, with your family, friends, clients, your children, strengthening that relationship and opening up those channels with your children, with your current partner, if you're in a relationship, and with your future beloved. So this might be, I don't know, the vortex of creation and this are like the things that I am like the absolute most excited about for this whole weekend, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be really amazing. And as you can see from what Alicia was saying too, it goes, the things that are being done here, these processes, these attunements that are going to be happening here. Yes, it's going to affect for the good, for your greater good, all of your relationships. So really exciting. And, bringing in, Alicia was just talking about, bringing that guard down around the heart, really opening your heart. And we're also going to be doing a couple of other processes to help you feel more safe to do that. And one of those that we found, working with clients, even for ourselves, is to literally, go through just a tiny process. Doesn't take long, doesn't take much, very simple, but to assign the job of giving the keys to your heart to your oversoul, assigning your oversoul, your own oversoul, which knows the bigger picture, which knows the highest and best path, which knows the highest and best connections for you. Giving them that job actually really alleviates, because we're all in different places and stages of learning how to trust ourselves and our choices and decisions, especially when it comes to relationships, especially when we've had trauma in relationships, especially when we've had that brokenhearted, experience. It can be harder to do next time around, right? So this is another thing that we have found helps to ease that kind of fear and anxiety, and just know that, the highest part of you is going to command the ship there for giving, those keys to your heart to the appropriate person that's really in your highest and best. And also aligning your path with the souls that are in your highest and best. So those things are going to be something that we focus on in the retreat as well. And then again, we're going to be using the similar processes. You're probably noticing a pattern here, but we'll be going through a journey and an attunement for creating that blueprint in your cellular memory to really teach you how to also reactivate this blueprint really quickly, so that, again, more alleviation of fears and anxieties around the subject of love, around sacred union, divine passion, that sacred partnership. So, solidifying your knowing that you're safe, that person is there for you, right? And again, if you're in your own relationship, that solid knowing that your relationship can really blossom and grow and become even more fulfilling. So really helping you to stay in those high frequencies of sacred union, love, and divine passion, which is going to, again, help you to create what you want. When you get to hold those frequencies, that's when your creative powers just go through the roof. So it's a really important step in manifesting or co-creating what you want. And then we're going to use that vortex of creation. Again, more practice, more working with this new tool, working with this newly created blueprint to really activate and co-create your infinite potential of love. And we'll be downloading all of these energies of this meditation process into the crystal that you've brought for relationships. And rose quartz is a really good one for this. And Alicia is more of a crystal expert than I am. So if you wanted to say anything about that.
Well, the whole quartz family really holds instruction and energy really, really well. And then rose quartz, that's just the energy of the real crystal of the heart. So it's a really good one to work with any kind of, heart-centered intentions, anything to do with love. Rose quartz is pretty ideal, especially for holding the energies.
Awesome. And then we're going to be installing and activating that love beacon. You might have heard Alicia and I talk about this before because we've done this for ourselves. It's a really powerful experience.
Yeah.
About that. So installing, activating that love beacon so that, those frequencies are really going out and not doing that until after we've done all this other stuff. So
yes.
The pathway is clean. Your intention is clear. It's all set up for you in your space energetically, and then activating that beacon. Powerful process.
Yeah. So that love beacon, I just have to say that, it's like you said, it's so important to clean up all that other stuff first, because if we don't, first of all, we're going to be sending that beacon out to, what's possibly not in our highest and best good, right? Because our beacon is, just shining out there. But so it's important to do all this other work first. But we could also shut it down if we don't do all this work first, which is what I did. Since activating this love beacon, Kim did this for me not very long ago. I literally feel like I've stepped into a different reality. What's showing up for me is beyond anything that's ever shown up for me before, and I just have to say that it's really incredible.
Well, and also, this is worth talking about for just a second too. What I've really noticed with you with this process and the work that we've done around this, and then the beacon and all this stuff. I know you so well, right? We've been best friends since we were 16 years old. And I have literally watched you just bust through, just break through those last few, really those blocks, any of those limitations that were huge, that were sort of like the bottom of the bowl, those last dregs, getting that out. And it's so clear to me, not just in what's showing up for you, but I know how you talk. Right. I know how you communicate, and I know that what was is no longer.
Yeah.
So it's really, really pretty exciting to watch. So.
Yeah. So that's each and everything that we're talking about here is so powerful and so amazing. And we are the testament to that in our own lives, because we do this stuff for ourselves. We do this work in our own life. And we have the honor of getting to do this work with, private clients, and, taking all of these pieces and joining them together in this sacred space, in person is, I don't even have words for how amazing it's going to be, because,
I don't think we all know yet.
No, this is the first time that we've done something like this in this setting, and we've been to retreats. I've been to some amazing retreats, and I know what it feels like to connect with people in person, and it takes everything to an entirely new level. And not, it's not just about the retreat and the amazing time that we're going to all have together, but our whole goal for this entire time is to really set you up with the structures and the tools and the whole new belief systems and whole new energies and all of this stuff, so that you actually can go from that retreat and go into your life and create exactly what it is that you want in your life in a whole new way. Because we've all had experiences where we went to something live and got all excited and then got home and it's like, what do I do with that? I don't know how to translate this into my life, and it just sort of fizzles. This is not going to be like that.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget to talk about the dance party.
Oh, yes. Okay. So
let's just say we're going to end on this day at 5, and we'll have dinner at 5:30. And then after that...
Yes. Okay. So Kim and I met and became friends over our mutual love of music. Music is a big part of both of our lives, and it was a big part of our friendship when we were younger, and it's still now. Even like we used to go dancing, and we do that, on occasion. Now we don't get there's not as many places that we like to go, and we don't get the opportunity as often as we used to. But we used to go dancing every weekend when we were, in high school and growing up. So dancing and music has been a big part of our friendship, and it's a big movement, and fun is a really big part of being able to engage your soul and ground in everything that's happening. So we're going to have a dance party on the evening of day 4. We're going to start at 7:00. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to that. Do you want to say anything about the dance party?
No, I mean, I think that covers it, Just really, it sounds fun, and it's going to be fun. But again, there's also purpose to it. It's more than, let's turn on some music and let's party now. Like, it's really, there's more to it, like Alicia was saying. We're really, really that kind of movement. When your soul gets to move fluidly through your body, healing takes place. It's going to help you process and integrate everything that's been happening in the retreat up to that point, and really help you to ground it in. So,
yeah, and there's going to be a lot to process. There's going to be a lot going on, and so it's allowing us to do that in a really fun way.
Yeah.
We will have worked through a lot of stuff that day, and it'll be a really good way to just really anchor that all in.
It's also going to help you release a lot of that stuff too.
Yes.
So, yeah. Let's talk about day 4.
All right. So day 4 is going to end at 4:00 that day, I believe, or maybe it's 5:00. We'll have to look down at the schedule. But anyway, day 4 is going to be all about health and well-being. Our physical self. So again, we'll start off that day with the beautiful breakfast that we'll all congregate and meet together and eat breakfast together. And then, again, starting the workshop with the same kind of formula that we have for each of the days, creating that sacred circle, spending time in intention setting, journaling about, your health, what you want, what optimal health looks like for you, belief work. There's so much of our belief system affects our health. So that's going to be a big part of this, and guiding you through a process again that will help you release the emotions, the traumas, outdated beliefs around health, around your body, and guide you through releasing your old health stories, body issues, and all the stuff that we take on in and about our physical body. So that will be the morning that we're going to be doing all of that.
Yes. And those of you who know me know that this is also a subject very, very near and dear to me, because this is really my other arena of focus, is health in the body with the allergy healing work that I do. Are we doing allergy healing here? Perhaps. Perhaps there's something that's going to come through there that we'll do, but that's not going to be the focus. Those of you that did sign up early, though, also received my 10-week allergy healing program, which is phenomenal. And those of you who received that and have been working through that, you're going to be really set up also to get even more from this day. But either way, this day is going to be a powerful day, just like the others. And we'll start it in the same way. We're going to start with that workshop, Sacred Circle. We're going to be doing that. A workshop, Sacred Circle. I just read right off the page. Can you see? Admitting truth right there.
We have to have our notes, otherwise we'd get too excited.
We do, and especially when we're doing this together. So creating that sacred circle and then moving into the workshop. So sort of a workshop style each morning. It's a little bit of a workshop style where we journal, we goal set those intentions, and then we work through processes again to release emotions and traumas, outdated beliefs. People have so many different, and you said all this already.
Yeah, but you have lots. I feel like you have something else to share about that I didn't.
I know, because I'm totally going off on a thing. So we have so much. This is my arena. This is what I work in through the program. When I work with clients, so many, our health issues disappear when we do the work that's causing them. So, just speaking about allergies, just going, all inflammation in our body, all pain in our body, all chronic disease, illness, ailments, disorders, dysfunction, they all come, there's allergies at the root. But what's underneath those allergies, what's creating those allergies is all your negative belief systems, all the traumas that you're holding. And it can be about anything. So, the subject of health goes wide. Working on asthma for someone usually ends up needing to have underlying work in allergy healing and pulling traumas and doing disconnects with your mother, for instance. There's almost always a mother component with asthma. So, so the work that we're going to do here, we're still going to be following suit with the processes that we've been doing on the other days. And so Alicia talked about a couple of those already, and then I tried to repeat them. So
there was something important there that you had to say. Also, I want to just really quick mention that everyone who's coming to this retreat, you guys will be all receiving a questionnaire that will help us really pinpoint your exact stuff. So this is, even though this is a group of, it'll be a group of about 20 people, your individual things will get addressed because we're going to be looking at those questionnaires and tuning into every one of you individually ahead of time. And that's what we're going to be designing a lot of this belief work and all this stuff around, is everyone's specific priorities. So you'll be able to get that addressed.
Yeah, that was really important to say. We forgot to say that. So each morning where we do this workshop style and go into that belief work is going to be just like that. And that's how we're going to get to your deep work in such a larger group setting. So then we're going to break for lunch, making sure everybody stays fortified, get that nutrition going, keep your energy up and all that good stuff. And then we're going to go through a body healing heart light meditation process that actually came through for me not that long ago. And I believe that that's one of the things that came through because of the retreat. So this stuff is, Alicia and I were getting, who knows what's still going to happen between now and retreat time, because, we've had processes come in that kind of trickle down and trickle through. And a lot of it's coming in for the retreat. Some of it's for the other work that we're doing, but I believe this one has a big place in the retreat for this health day, focus on health. And this body healing heart light meditation process is, I won't go into a whole bunch of detail about it here, but it's a really powerful process that allows you to create light, create healing, your own self-healing abilities, really igniting those, activating those, and running this light in a very special way and actually holding the light within a part of your body that you're having trouble with. So maybe you have gallstones in your gallbladder, or maybe you have kidney stones, like whatever, or you have a sprained wrist. It can be whatever it is that's showing up in your body. And it's going to be a process where you can bring this amplified healing light into that part of your body and have it stay there as it resolves, dissolves, transmutes, all that's going on in there to relieve that pain and get that part of your body healed and functioning properly. So it's a really powerful process. And I also feel like I should mention here that a lot of these well, all of the anything that we give you in the form of a process, the attunements, the journeys, like it's all going to be recorded for you, and you will be getting to have these processes. Again, we really want you to be equipped moving beyond the program or beyond the retreat. So you're going to receive these after, when you go home, you're going to get these in your email, and you're going to be able to use these in your life. So
yeah, that's a really, really big deal. And I've actually never seen anybody do that at a retreat before.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So, and at least no retreat that I've been to that's been done. And it really allows you to bring that energy home, because what you're going to be experiencing so much, and all of that transformation that's happening is going to be, it's there, whether you remember it or not. But sometimes we go home and we're like, what was that? I want to recreate that. And it's out of our mind because we've just experienced so much that we couldn't hold all of that in our mind. So having those recordings is going to be a huge deal for everyone going forward.
Absolutely. And then we'll move right into that same kind of format style that we've been doing on the other days of, that journey, that attunement to really create that blueprint in your cellular memory, teaching you how to also reactivate it quickly, to alleviate fear, anxiety, to bring you peace, and really solidify your knowing. So in this particular blueprint that we'll be bringing into the cellular memory on this day is going to be about optimal health or perfect health, really. And doing this process so that you can stay in those high frequencies of perfect health, of radiant health, of vibrant health, so that you can create what you want. And we'll use that vortex of creation again, and really work with this newly created blueprint to activate and to co-create infinite potential of optimum health for you. And then we will be downloading all the energy of this meditation into a crystal that you brought for this day for health. And then we'll be ending at about 4 p.m. this day, because some people are going to have flights out this day, and some people may stay another night somewhere. Maybe they're going to go into the city and enjoy Seattle, because Seattle is a beautiful city.
It is, especially in August. August is the prime time to visit this area.
Best time to come to Washington.
Yes. And then did we talk about the sound healing?
No.
So that's the final thing that we're doing on that day. We're going to be doing a sound healing to really anchor everything in that's happened, and to, just say our goodbyes in that really, really blissful state that only a sound healing can really bring in. So that's going to be our final thing on the final day, but before we say our goodbyes.
Wow, that took us a while to talk about all of that. But
it did. It took us a whole hour to talk about this. That's just how much there is here. So we just want to make sure that everybody knows, again, in case you joined us in the middle there, that the early registration discount savings of $500 is good through, I believe, through Sunday until July 1st. So you can sign up for a deposit of $850, and then it's 5 monthly payments depending on what you choose. If it's double or single occupancy, the payments I think are $327 and $397 off the top of my head. And then Monday the price goes up, so that it'll increase the price of the payments, not the deposit. On Monday the deposit will remain at $850, because we're wanting to make this as doable as possible. Yeah. For those of you who are really feeling called to join us. And if you're feeling called to join us, this is a soul level connection, and you're feeling called for a reason. If you're not sure, if it's for you, if you're not sure how to make it happen and you want to talk through it, please feel free to message either one of us. Yeah. And there's also, and we actually will, we have time to hop on the phone with people. It probably won't be both of us unless the stars align and we both have time at the same time, but we're happy to hop on the phone with you. Yeah, and then if you pay in full, you also get a private session with both of us, which is really invaluable, I would say. And that has a value of about $700 working with both of us privately, two of us working with you. A lot can happen. So if if that's something that you're able to do, it's really worthwhile to take that action in painful. Anything else?
No, but I was just thinking about, one of the people that signed up for this retreat and paid in full. She had that session, that private one-on-one with Alicia and I, and then she decided that she loved it so much she wanted to continue her work with us and signed up for a 3-month private mentorship with the two of us together. So I think it must be a pretty powerful experience to have us both there on a call. So on a healing call. So I'm just, there you have it. And so yep, as for answering questions, just reach out. And I think that's about it. We'll put the links to the retreat for signing up in the comments. Alicia mentioned she put a retreat for the crystals that she likes to purchase crystals at. And I think we're good, right?
I think that's it. I cannot wait to see who else is joining us for this magical experience. And if you are, feeling called to it, please feel free to reach out to either one of us. And if you have any questions, you can also post them in the comments below this video. So thank you, everyone, and have a fantastic day.
Yep. Until next time.
Until next time.
Okay. Bye.